Ah, if you know anything about me, you know that I like a good laugh every now and then. And just so you know, I did just touch a light switch with this hand, and so I am, for accountability, I'm still doing the do. But now I'd like to get a little jiggy with it, if you wouldn't mind. I think I created, I've been playing around with the AI. I know, I've been doing things on my computer. And I think I created this audio thing, I think, if I did it right. At any rate, I found it interesting. It's a little bit long, but I thought it was worth listening to. It's about laughing and such, and try it out. If you get 40 seconds into it and you get fucking bored, turn it off. Go fly a kite. Mail a bear. Whatever you want to do. Catch you next time.
Frank is so cool. I love Frank. All hail Frank. Teehee.
You know that famous hot sauce slogan, I put that shit on everything? Well, today we're talking about something else we put on everything, humor. Whether we're dealing with anxiety, awkward situations, or full-on existential crises, we're exploring how laughing at our pain might just be the secret sauce to getting through it.
I love that analogy. And you know what's fascinating? Just like how hot sauce adds flavor to bland food, humor can transform our darkest moments into something more digestible.
Exactly. And speaking of transforming things, research shows that humor actually changes our brain chemistry. Can you break that down for us?
Well, according to recent psychology studies, humor works like a pressure valve for our emotions. When we laugh, we're literally releasing tension, both physically and mentally.
Like a psychological steam pipe?
Precisely. The research shows that humor falls into what psychologists call emotion-focused coping. It's one of our ways of managing stress and difficult emotions.
Interesting. And I noticed you used the word managing rather than solving. There's a difference there, right?
Oh, absolutely. Humor doesn't fix our problems, but it can make them more bearable. It's like, you know how Frank's Red Hot doesn't actually make bad food good, it just makes it more interesting to eat?
Ha! I see what you did there. But seriously, that's a great point. It's about changing our relationship with the problem rather than eliminating it.
Exactly. And research shows there are different styles of humor we use for coping. Some are healthy, others not so much.
Oh? Tell me more about these different styles.
Well, there's what researchers call affiliative humor. That's the good-natured, lighthearted kind that brings people together. Think of those shared laughs over common experiences.
Like commiserating over awkward Zoom calls?
Exactly. And studies show this type of humor actually strengthens social bonds and increases resilience.
But not all humor is created equal, right?
Right. Some people use what's called negative humor, putting themselves or others down. It might feel good in the moment, but research shows it can actually increase stress and anxiety long term.
That makes sense. It's like using too much hot sauce. Might feel exciting at first, but you'll regret it later.
You know, speaking of hot sauce, there's an interesting parallel with Frank's Red Hot's history. Did you know it was created back in 1918 by Jacob Frank and Adam Estelet?
No way. Tell me more.
Well, they started with this simple spice blend in Louisiana, and it eventually became the key ingredient in the first ever buffalo wings in 1964. It's kind of like how simple humor can transform into something bigger.
That's fascinating. And now they've got comedians like Dave Chappelle in their ads, right?
Yes. And that's actually a perfect example of using humor effectively. Chappelle's style connects with people because it's authentic, he's not afraid to tackle difficult topics with humor.
Which brings us back to using humor as a coping mechanism. How do we know when we're doing it right?
According to research, healthy humor should feel liberating, not destructive. It should bring people together rather than push them apart.
And it's not about avoiding the pain, right?
Not at all. Studies show that acknowledging the pain while finding humor in it actually increases emotional resilience. It's about saying, yes, this is hard, and I can laugh about it.
Like putting that, you know what, on everything?
Ha, exactly. And research shows that this kind of approach helps create what psychologists call an upward spiral, positive emotions and creative thinking reinforcing each other.
Tell me more about this upward spiral.
Well, according to studies, when we experience positive emotions, even through humor in tough times, it helps us think more broadly and creatively.
So it's not just about feeling better in the moment.
No, it actually has long-term benefits. Research shows that people who use humor effectively tend to be more resilient over time.
And what about the social aspect? Does laughing together really make a difference?
Huge difference. Studies show that shared laughter creates stronger social bonds and increases feelings of trust and connection.
Like a social lubricant?
Exactly. Research indicates it helps break down social barriers and makes difficult conversations easier to navigate.
But timing matters, right? Like, you wouldn't crack jokes at a funeral, usually.
Actually, humor at funerals is more common than you might think. Studies show that appropriate humor can help people process grief and connect with others in difficult moments.
Really? That's surprising.
Yes, because humor helps us acknowledge the pain while creating space for joy and connection. It's all about context and timing.
Speaking of timing, how do we know when humor is appropriate?
Research suggests it's about reading the room and understanding your audience. The key is using humor that brings people together rather than alienating them.
Like the difference between laughing with someone versus laughing at them?
Precisely. Studies show that inclusive humor strengthens relationships, while divisive humor can damage them.
And what about using humor when we're alone? Is that helpful?
Absolutely. Research indicates that finding humor in our personal struggles can help us maintain perspective and reduce stress.
Like laughing at ourselves when we make mistakes?
Yes. Studies show that self-directed humor, when it's not self-deprecating, can increase self-compassion and emotional resilience.
It's like being your own best friend who can laugh with you about your awkward moments.
Exactly. And research shows this kind of self-compassionate humor actually helps us learn and grow from our experiences.
So it's not just about making light of things?
Not at all. Studies indicate that humor can help us process difficult emotions and experiences in a healthier way.
Like putting that special sauce on a tough situation to make it more palatable?
You know, that metaphor really works. Because just like with hot sauce, it's about enhancement, not masking.
And I guess both can make you cry sometimes.
Ha! Yes, and research shows that both tears and laughter can be incredibly cathartic.
So what's the takeaway here? How do we start using humor more effectively in our lives?
Well, studies suggest starting small. Look for the absurd in everyday situations. Share laughs with friends. Practice finding humor in your own struggles.
And remember, it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
Absolutely. Research shows that acknowledging our struggles while maintaining a sense of humor actually makes us more resilient.
Like owning our story, even the messy parts.
Exactly. Studies indicate that when we can laugh at our struggles, we're actually taking control of our narrative.
So maybe that's the real meaning behind I put that shit on everything. It's about owning our experiences, good and bad.
You know, research supports that idea. When we can laugh at our struggles, we're saying, this is part of my story, and I'm okay with that.
And that's really what resilience is about, isn't it?
Precisely. Studies show that resilience isn't about avoiding difficulty, it's about how we engage with it.
Well, remember folks, whether it's hot sauce or humor, sometimes the best way to deal with life's spicy moments is to own them, laugh at them, and maybe even put them on everything.
And if anyone tells you you're using too much humor to cope, just remember, there's research backing up every laugh.